What's up, chicken nuggets? It's Miss Ward again. Okay, you've just watched mouse shapes, and we have been talking about geometric shapes for a little while. So we need to practice drawing them. And if you're already great at drawing geometric shapes, then this will just be extra practice for you. And for those of you who are not great at drawing them, this will be great practice for you as well. So it never hurts to do things multiple times, over and over, okay? Because the more you do something, the better you're going to get at it. So this is just a little list of geometric shapes that I have, and we are going to practice using a pencil drawing these together. And you're going to draw each geometric shape twice. At the top, there's a spot for your name. If you will, go ahead and write your name. The first thing we're going to do is a circle. There are two places for you to practice it. I would like for you to go really slow, and I would like for you to try to draw the shape about the size that it is in the box that's already there. So when you look at a circle, do you see how it looks like when you first draw it? You could draw kind of a C shape. And then you can finish off by drawing a backward C shape. Okay, mine's a little wonky, and that's okay. I'm going to draw another one. And I want you to do the same. Two circles, one in each box. After we do our circles, we're going to move on to ovals. Do you see that the ovals almost look like a stretched out circle? It's like you took the sides and you just pulled it a little bit wider. So it is also kind of like a C shape. If you turn your paper this way, you can kind of see how it's a really tall C shape. And I'm going to keep my paper like this so that when I draw it, it's easier for me to draw because I like to do it this way. So a tall C shape, and then finish it out on the other side. So you're going to do the same thing again. When you're done, you can flip your paper back around. All right, squares are next. If you look at squares, they have a bunch of L's. And when I say L's, I mean like the letter L. Okay, they have a bunch of corners. These are called angles, 90-degree angles. And if you look, a square has 4 90-degree angles. So when you draw them, you can draw 2 vertical lines. Vertical means they're up and down, and they're also parallel, which means they're the same space apart all the way down. And then I'm going to connect with horizontal lines, one at the top and one at the bottom. So I want you to do that same thing again, 2 verticals, 2 horizontals. A rectangle looks like a square that you stretched out. Just like you look, when you look at the oval, it looks like a circle that's been stretched out. A rectangle looks like a square that's been stretched out. So what you can do for it is, again, 2 verticals. These will be a little closer to the edges of your box that you're drawing in. And then 2 horizontals. Remember, vertical is up and down. Horizontal is side to side. You're going to do the same thing again. Practice is a good thing. The next shape we have, the next geometric shape, is a trapezoid. This almost looks like that you took the rectangle and you made the sides lean in a little bit diagonally. Okay, so you have 2 parallel lines. This line and this line are parallel, which means they're the same space apart, but the bottom line is longer and the top line is shorter. So when you connect it, you're connecting with diagonal lines. So again, short line, long line. Connect with diagonal lines. The next thing we have is a triangle. Any triangle has 3 sides. Sometimes triangles don't look like this. There are triangles that have right angles and they look like this. Again, they look like an L. And then you have a diagonal piece to connect. Sorry, got out of shot right there. So it looks like that. Ours looks like this. This is called, it's got a fancy name, an isosceles triangle. That means all 3 sides are the same. So you can start with a line at the bottom, and then if you make a little dot at the top, kind of in the middle, and you connect to the corners, it almost looks like an upside down V. So again, a line, make a dot, from the dot, connect to the ends of your line. Okay, saved the diamond for last. This is probably the trickiest one, but I'm going to show you a trick. If you will draw a line in the middle of the box that you're drawing in, and do it kind of lightly because we'll go back and erase it, and even if you didn't draw lightly, you can leave it. I'm just going to show you. I'm going to put a dot and a dot, and then I'm going to connect dot to end, dot to end, dot to end, dot to end. Okay, again, a line, and a dot, and a dot. I'm going to connect dot to end, dot to end, dot to end, dot to end. Okay, so now we have our geometric shapes, and if you have an eraser, you can go back and you can erase this little center line if you want to, and if not, you can just leave it. Okay, now we have our geometric shapes drawn. We've practiced those. So remember that the mouth shapes were made out of geometric shapes also. So if you flip your paper over, you can see that there are 2 mice, and then there's the little cat. There's a mouse right here. We are not going to draw that little mouse right there. So what I need for you to do is, if you look at this mouse, what's this shape right here for the body? What is that? That is a circle. So really lightly, I am going to draw a circle. Now look at the mouse's head. What shape is just the head? Not the ears with it, but just the head. What shape is that? That's right, that's a triangle. And this time the triangle is pointing down. So do you see how that looks like a letter V with a line at the top? But look, our triangle is on top of our circle just a little bit. So when we draw, we're going to draw it that way. And then connect. What do you think we need to do to this line of the body that's going into the triangle? What do we need to do to that line? Did you say erase it? If you said erase it, you are correct. Anytime you're drawing and 2 shapes overlap, that means one is like on top of the other or in front of the other, you need to erase the part that is cutting through. Okay, so now we have the head, and we've got to add ears. What are the shapes of the ears? Circles, that's right, and they're little. Are they on top of the triangle? Yes, they are. So what do we need to do to the points of the triangle that are in the circles? If you said erase, then you are correct. So we've got our ears. Here's our head. Make it a little darker so it's easier for you to see. And there's our body. Remember, wherever 2 shapes are overlapping, where one is on another, we need to erase. Okay, and then we have eyes. If you look at the eyes, again, circle, circle, and then the pupil is another circle, and then we've got teeny tiny rectangle arms and little rectangles for his little fingers. Same thing on the other side. Rectangle, tiny rectangle, tiny rectangle. Okay, and then we have got little rectangle legs and feet. And then it's got kind of a wiggly tail, which is a little bit different. That is not a geometric tail for sure. Okay, there's our little mouse. Now what I want you to do is to draw this mouse yourself. Probably start with a square. Once you draw the triangle on top, do you think there will be something that you need to erase? Probably. And then after you finish this mouse, I want you to draw the cat's head. Don't draw this mouse. Just draw the cat's head, and then you'll be done drawing, okay? After you finish this mouse and this cat, then you can get out your crayons and color. I can't wait to see what you do.